Bengals to make the playoffs. They need a win, a Broncos loss, and the Dolphins to lose or tie to get that 7th spot. The Steelers have clinched a playoff berth, but they are fighting for seeding anywhere from 3 to 6. Now, they can win the AFC North with a win and a Ravens loss, or they could fall down to that 6th seed if they lose and the Chargers win. That 6th seed would mean traveling to Baltimore for that first playoff game. So much at stake. The Steelers offense, Mina, they've only totaled 40 points in that brutal stretch, 3 losses in 11 days. What do you need to see from them tomorrow to know they're back on track for the postseason?
Yeah, you guys know the concept of like a mouthwash game, which is if you have the football equivalent of bad breath, you play a certain defense and suddenly your breath just smells better. That is the opportunity at hand for this Pittsburgh offense going against Cincinnati because, oh my God, the last time these teams played, the Steelers offense looked completely different from what we've seen in recent weeks. One thing that jumped out to me is Russell Wilson has mostly profited off of explosives versus single high coverage. But against Cincinnati, he was unbelievable versus split safety statistically because they could not tackle. I mean, he was just checking down to his backs over and over and over. And Najee Harris and Jalen Warren had a combined 122 yards after the catch. Not 122 receiving yards, 122 receiving yards after the catch. They relentlessly went after those Bengals linebackers. I think that opportunity will be here again. So there's a real get-right opportunity for the Steelers offense.
Yeah, I'm with you, MK. I think slow and steady wins the race for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We obviously know you can't get in a damn shootout with Joe Burrow. Like, that is that you asking to get your ass kicked throughout the course of a game. But here's the thing that they can do. And I look back 2 weeks, I watched the Cincinnati defense. Ford from the Cleveland Browns averaged 8 yards a carry. In Denver and McLaughlin averaged 7 yards a carry. And let this two-headed monster between Najee and Jalen Warren possess you the football. And when you do have those shots for George Pickens, let it be based off the fact that you've gotten defenders to come up in the box and those opportunities present themselves when you are one-on-one. I think the run game, and RC has heard me talk about this all the time, nobody muddies a game up more than Mike Tomlin in these situations. And we always look up at halftime and be like, why in the hell is the score of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Bengals game 12-9? Why is it ending that in the first half? Because they know how to manage themselves. The only issue you run into is if Russ turns this ball over and give the Cincinnati Bengals that one extra possession to score a touchdown and take a two touchdown lead, or you get some of these drives and they stall and you end up kicking field goals. That's the only way to me that the Bengals can absolutely take control of this game. But if they can finish in the red area and play physical at the line of scrimmage, they can make this a slobber knocker, and that's their best path forward.
Well, I mean, Swagu, you brought this up at the start of your answer, and that was the other side of the ball, right? So you got T.J. Watt, the Steelers defense, facing Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, this explosive offense. So, RC, who do you give the advantage to when you look at that matchup?
I give the advantage to the Cincinnati Bengals every time they step on the field against anyone, but especially this Pittsburgh Steelers defense that has been reeling, and they are allergic to punting. And so you have to find ways to get to the quarterback. Go back to that first matchup. It was the T.J. Watt sack, forced fumble, a Nick Herbig sack, forced fumble that ended up in a scoop and score that really turned and sealed this game. If you give Joe Burrow the time to operate in the pocket, he will pick you apart. Think about what Jalen Hurts started 3 weeks ago coming off of the passing game for A.J. Brown and the Philadelphia Eagles, and then you move forward into Lamar Jackson, into Patrick Mahomes. If you couldn't stop those passing attacks, you can really reel against the Cincinnati Bengals. And so I don't know if it's a mouthwash game for this defense, but I do believe if you don't get to Joe Burrow, it will be chronic halitosis for the Pittsburgh Steelers from here on out.
Bad breath, for those of you that don't know. RC, as we look at our game picks, I don't know if it's because you're down there in Louisiana, but you're going LSU over the Steelers, apparently. And Swagu, what's up with you, Swagu? What's your score? What's your score in this game? What do you mean if guys play? What is that?
He don't know.
I don't need no score, Hannah.
What? Is this something new?
He don't know.
Is this like a caveat?
12-9 Steelers.
If guys play.
He's
12-9.
saying it's going to be muddy and he don't know what's going to happen. But I promise you this, the team with the stripes on their helmet going to score a touchdown. So if it's 12-9, then they got a touchdown and a safety.
Yeah.
All right. This